Hoi. Yo, what's up, guys? Is this stream working? Let's see. Let's see if I can get this working. Yo, what's up, guys? No. What am I doing, dude? Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry about that. The stream cut out for a sec. It should be working now. Let me make sure the connection's good. How is the connection? There we go. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty dang good. What up, guys? What book do you guys want to start out on? What book do you guys want to start out on? Let's just see. Let's see where the value is. Obviously, kind of slow day. There's not a ton of MLB games today, unfortunately. Yo, so maybe let's start out on DraftKings Pick 6. Again, I mean, dude, this is DraftKings Pick 6. If you haven't signed up for it yet, it's basically PrizePicks plus a bunch of different promos. And there is a fair amount of value right now. So the best play on DraftKings Pick 6, if you want to get a slip locked in, because they have a couple discounts available, is I would run Kikuchi over 5.5 strikeouts, right? You can run this with, honestly, both of the discounts. So again, DraftKings Pick 6, fixed payout sportsbook. For the MLB, 2-pick entries. Yo, what's up, guys? I forgot I'm recording on this camera. For the MLB, 2-pick entries are optimal. They give you a minimum payout of 3x, so it's kind of just like PrizePicks, but you could get more. Granted, usually they're going to give you a 3x payout, but regardless, this is the best play to pair with both of the MLB discounts. So again, Pick 6, you can see the play right here. This is just the Odds Jam Fantasy Optimizer. Doesn't do anything complicated. It just compares, the lines on Pick 6 to sports books. All these sports books, why are there so many ants in this fucking Airbnb? DraftKings Pick 6, fixed payout sports book. Every other book, PrizePicks, all the other DFS apps have the line at 6. All the sports books have the over heavily favored. So I would run Kikuchi with both of these discounts. But anyways, what book do you guys want to look at while I kill these ants? Yo, what book? Dude, what happened yesterday with Game 2? J-Ram? Underdog, what's up, bro? Alex, thanks for the tennis CS2 underdog slip from last night. Cash this morning. Are you team Halaban or Shisis? Dude, I just want a good series. I really hope it's not Thunder and 5, if I'm being completely honest. But what I was going to say is, oh shit. Dude, there is a lot of value on DraftKings Pick 6 for the NBA. Do you guys want to do an NBA slip? So for the NBA, 6-pick entries are optimal, but this play on Halliburton is, just insanely good. Dude, why are there ants everywhere, man? So if you wanted to just run a 2-pick entry, keep it simple. So again, for the MLB discounts, I would run Kikuchi. These two plays are positively correlated. Again, it's kind of weird. DraftKings, they're giving you as over boosted, but then they also have Jalen Williams as a regular line. Both of these plays are ridiculously good. You're getting a minimum payout of 3x. Dude, chill. But what was I going to say? Man, these ants are distracting. Is obviously if the game's a blowout like last night, both of these players will get less minutes, so these plays are positively correlated. If you build this on FanDuel, you're getting plus 148, whereas on DraftKings, you're getting a 3x payout. So it has really solid value. You can see here for Halliburton, I hate ants. For Tyrese, every sportsbook like FanDuel has his under at minus 174. He's a huge favorite to go under. And again, on Pick 6, you take his over, take his under. You're getting the same, at least minimum guaranteed payout. Kill that ant. Kill that ant. Kill that ant. Kill that ant. Get the fuck out of my Airbnb, dude. What the fuck? So I would just run this as a 2-pick entry. And then if you want to get more ballsy, I call this like a blowout slip. If the game's a blowout, all the starters, you know, the main players, just like last night, will get less minutes. Although the Pacers did kind of oddly keep in starters a little maybe longer than expected. So this play on McConnell's positively correlated. I mean, he played the entire game too. I mean, he was playing in the final, you know, few seconds of the game. But maybe a little bit of positive correlation here with Hallie under. But let's finish the slip. Let's finish this shit, bro. So Caruso under 1.5 made threes. That also pairs kind of nicely with what was I gonna say? So this is, if you want to go with the 6-man, this is what I would run. But I want to move on to another sports book. I don't just want to talk about the NBA because they have some long delays between games, dude. 3-day lag between games. So you could just run the top 2 picks as a 6-pick, or sorry, as a 2-pick entry because they're both plus EV. You know, they're both such good plays that it would be plus EV. But if you want to get more ballsy and run a 6-man, this is what I would run. Sorry, the last play is Chet. Under in rebounds. Yo, what sportsbook do you guys want to look at, man? I see Underdog. I see FanDuel. This blowout slip will be one I'll be happy to lose. Pacers are going to take JT. We want that pick 6 NBA. So this is a baller slip. This is a baller fucking slip right here. I'm not a Knicks fan. I just am wearing the shirt because I ran out of other shirts to wear. But anyways, I think this slip is solid, but I want to move on to some other sports books. So let's see what we got going on. Dude, so what do we want to do? Honestly, I was looking at this play. So this is just straight off DraftKings. So this is regular DraftKings. Again, they literally ripped PrizePicks because they're smart. PrizePicks is popular. So there's Sportsbook now and there's Pick 6. But here you have a crossed market. There's a fair amount of liquidity on Novig, right? So one of these 2 bets has to be profitable because you could bet both in the proper proportion and guarantee a profit. And again, DraftKings is a very soft book, easy to beat book. Novig, there's a decent amount of liquidity, probably a sharp better. You know, Novig, because it's a betting exchange, there's no limits on Novig. It attracts, you know, what do you mean I'm in a location where betting isn't available? I'm in fucking Maryland, dude. So let me recheck my location. Hey, bro, do you do this full time or do you have a job? Yeah, I do this full time. Sleeper, please. FanDuel. Alex, can you do a fit check? Yeah, bro. We got on the sweatpants. We got on the dirty Nikes. And we got on the Knicks shirt. But anyways, so let's run this on DraftKings. I mean, DraftKings, I have horrible fucking betting limits. So obviously they're not going to give me how much I want. But Saloon, over 13.5 points plus rebounds. DraftKings is arbitrage with Novig. It looks beautiful. So you want to consider liquidity because, again, these betting exchanges, you know, they attract a... Dude, what the fuck? So now you can get her over 14.5. This is a crazy arbitrage bet. Dude, fuck, man. I wish I had my sister over here. But actually, they already bumped that line. Okay, people want to do FanDuel. Let's do some FanDuel. FanDuel has an NHL profit boost. Is there any value for the Panthers game right now? So this is probably the best play. You could run Marchand. I mean, again, I think it's a 30% profit boost they have on FanDuel. So this is going to go up to plus 260, which would be arbitrage to Novig. You could just like hedge and guarantee a little risk-free profit. Oh shit, dude. What do we want to do? So let's do a FanDuel slip, and then we can do some underdog and prize picks and some fantasy sports books. So let me get rid of this. What do we want to do on FanDuel? So, FanDuel has a lot of player prop value. Are there any other promos today? Let's see. Also, I'm already on the Thunder for game 2. Or sorry, for game 3. We hit this last night. There was a ton of liquidity kind of on being offered on the Pacers. I think it moved in our direction. Maybe not. I'm not sure. What is the spread for this game? So we got the Thunder. So now they're -5, so maybe moved a little bit in our favor. But, dude, I hate these ants, dude. Anyways, let's see what we got going on, though. Yo. So this is probably, if you're looking for a mainline play on FanDuel, this is the best value right now. I kind of like this for tonight, too. DK SGP boost for the hockey game. Do pick 6. Bro, we just did a pick 6. This is what I would run on DraftKings pick 6. Again, I'll zoom in. Take a screenshot if you want to. Also, if you're on YouTube, Twitch has a little bit less of a delay, so... And are you fucking kidding me? They already moved it down to +210 because I got distracted reading the live stream chat, bro. So let's see what we can do here. Yeah, fuck, man. Anyways, this play looks very solid. I mean, this is just a prop line. Brian Reynolds, RBI for the Pirates-Marlins game. Granted, I'm on the Marlins run line, but this is probably the best player prop value on FanDuel. Well, who do we think, man? Honestly, I'm just going to run this as a straight bet. I don't think they have any MLB promos today. So you can see they're giving me like, whatever, about $150. So I'll just run it for 150. Dude, so this play on DraftKings looks very good. I mean, we just bet on this chick to go over in points plus rebounds. Janelle Saloon. But her rebounds line also looks really good. So again, the reason I like to use the ARB tool is you could just bet both sides because DraftKings and Novig have such, different prices. You could just bet the over, the under, make a small little risk-free profit. But if you look at DraftKings, like every book has kind of ripped her over to being a pretty big favorite. FanDuel -136. Like DraftKings is just stale. That's the word I like to use. Still offering this at -115. So anyways, get it locked in. Saloon, over 4.5 rebounds. That's a DraftKings play. But anyways, what were we talking about? Do we want to do a... Fuck, dude. There's a lot of value on Better, too. So, unfortunately, I'm in Maryland, which, is okay. But let's build a better slip. Again, I'm not actually going to be able to bet it, which is a little bit annoying, but that's okay. That's okay. So check out this play, right? Again, I already said you can get this on DraftKings Pick 6 as well for the promos. But if you don't use Pick 6 or whatever, this play looks really solid on Better. PrizePicks has the line. They just have Kikuchi's line higher at, 6. Which is the benefit of using multiple sports books. So what you could do is run Kikuchi over 5.5 Ks. You could run Miley over 4.5 hits allowed. This play also looks solid, so there's a decent amount of value on Better right now. I mean, again, never know which of these books is going to have the best value. Check this out. Boom. Multiple data points. All these books have his over. Heavily favored. Let's check out this hockey play next. Also looks very solid. every data point in the market. Every sportsbook has Skinners over heavily favored. Also on Novig, there's a decent amount of liquidity. So like obviously on Better, you can't play, you can't run straight bets on PrizePicks, Better, these DFS apps. But, it's arbitrage to Novig where there's a fair amount of liquidity at plus 136. Again, the word I like to use is it's implied odds. So on Better, any 5-pick entry, you get a, what's it called? You get a 20x payout, right? So you're turning 100 into $2,000. So basically they're just giving you minus 121 odds. That's like approximately the juice they're charging on both the over and the under. But anyways, let's finish this slip. I'm going to throw it in the chat. Because, shit, dude, we got some value, man. So we got Hayes under half of a single. And then you got May over 4.5 Ks. So this is what I would run on Better. Sorry it took a second to make. This is what I would run on Better. Commanders are goated. Fuck yeah, they are. Yo, is this the Commanders' year? That would be awesome. I love Jaden Daniels. Also, if you guys are on YouTube, check out Twitch. Somebody post the link in the Twitch chat. Again, I can't use Better right now. It's not legal in Maryland, which obviously is a little bit annoying, but whatever. Let's see if there's any home run value, though. Let's see what we got, dude. It's my last day in Maryland. Check out the view, though. Oh, shit. No. God damn it. Yo, so my bad. The mic just disconnected. But anyways, Maryland. Let's see what we can do. Fliff, rebet. Let's just kind of see what there is right now. That seems like a good plan to me. So let's see if there's any home run value. Then maybe, I don't know. So again, DraftKings pick 6. There's a shit ton of value right now. You could just run these top 2 picks if you're just tuning in. Hallie under. Hallie played like shit yesterday. Also, I'm pretty sure he's gone under in assists both of the first 2 games. Obviously, not super relevant. That's priced into the market, but whatever. What were we talking about? Oh, FanDuel, and then let's look at Fliff and rebet. So this play I already locked in. Joe Adele, home run at plus 470. This looks solid. But let's see if there's anything else that we kind of fall in love with. Let's see if there's any home run value. Who do we like tonight, boys? Who's going yard? Ooh. Honestly, maybe let's get some NHL in this bitch. DraftKings pick 6 play. That's your last chance to see it. Yo, so check out this play. Evan Duchard. Yo, follow the channel if you're new here. I try to live stream. I try to give out good bets. This play seems pretty damn good on FanDuel. You can see Circa. What's nice about Circa is they post 2-way markets on player goals. A lot of books, like you can see MGM and Caesars, they just have 1-way markets. You can only bet on... You can only ride a dude in 1 way. You can't do doggy style. You can't bet his under. You can only bet the over. But if you check out Circa's market, they have plus 395, minus 515, remove the vig, most important calculator in sports betting. This just like takes a book's market, removes the juice, and shows you like what does the sports book think is fair. All these books make money by charging the vig, so you just want to remove the vig to get fair value, which would be plus 415. But anyways, regardless, let's see what else there is. Who do we like to go yard? Carlos Santana. Anyways, let's see if we can do a little parlay. You could also run this play with the Stanley Cup profit boost. They have, I think it's a 30% boost. I think it's a 30% boost. This is actually, I played this earlier. This is what I put my profit boost on. But we have Mariners minus 1.5, so I'm doing a FanDuel long shot for everybody asking. And then, so if I expand the max odds a bit, again, you know, home run bets, the markets are pretty wide. Not necessarily on Circa, but regardless, let's just throw something together and then let's call it a day. So let's see if they take 60, and then we can move on to underdog, or I don't know. Let me know in the chat. What the fuck, dude? There we go. Bouchard goal, Mariners run line, McCutchen home run. What book do you guys want to look at? I'm new here. Is he doing Bicks for FanDuel? I won the FanDuel jersey giveaway. What jersey should I get? Get Jaden Daniels, dude. Get Jaden Daniels. Just joined up. What about FanDuel? Alex can't swim and he can't dunk. I can dunk. A lot of you guys don't know it. I'm 6'1", more like 6'2", but I can dunk. The fuck, man. I'll record a video. When I get back to Virginia, I'll find a basketball court and prove to all you assholes that I can dunk. Bro, what is going on? So here's another cross market. There's 4K in liquidity. That's an identifier. So again, you could just arbit if my sister wasn't, you know, fucking probably doing God knows what right now. Could use her brand new DraftKings account, teaching her how to arbitrage bet. But that's a lot of liquidity. It's almost certainly a sharp. You can see all these other sports books. But this is a lot anyways. So we're all over this Janelle Salon girl. But anyways. What were we talking about? The dunk video, $100 on no dunks. Yo, if you're only putting $100 on me to not dunk, is Onyx Odds a good book? I got limited very quickly, so. But it's legal everywhere. I mean, it's pretty similar to Fliff and Rebet. Onyx Odds, Fliff, Rebet. I think there's another one, Thrills. Sport Zeno. There's actually a lot of sweepstakes books. Thrills and Sport Zeno are the other two. And they're legal in basically every state, which is obviously, you know, kind of nice. But let's see if there's any value on any of these sweepstakes books. Shit, dude. So, let's see. I mean, did I filter out tennis? I feel like there was. Yeah, I did. So I said this previously. There's a shit ton of tennis value on Rebet. The problem I'm having with this sports book is for some reason it's just not taking my bet. But let's see. Maybe this time I'll get lucky. So this is Block X. He's not even coming up. What tennis tournament is this? Usually, if I have to navigate, you can just kind of click on DraftKings. It says it's the ATP heterosexual or whatever it's called. So then we can just find it real quick on Rebet. And, of course, they have it locked. No. They don't have it locked. This is what you want to be on. Plus 190. One-on-one sports like tennis, you know, they have a fair amount of line movement. So you can see Pinnacle, which is by far the sharpest book for tennis. They have a pretty tight market, you know, only 26 cents of juice. Compare that to Fliff, that has 65-cent spread. So Pinnacle's by far like the most active, efficient, you know, betting market for tennis. But anyways, will they take the bet? No. I don't know what is up with this fucking site. Let's see if it works on my phone. Again, this is the play, plus 190. But I just have been having issues getting a bet down. Something went wrong. Please try again. What went wrong? Does anyone else have issues with this sports book? Sometimes it's great rebet because there's a lot of value on it. And obviously it's legal in every state, which is pretty nice, or basically every state. If you're in Nevada, Nevada sucks for sports betting because there's no online sports books. Oh, shit. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Shit, that's not what I meant to do. Yo, I was an idiot for removing tennis, because look what we're... So I'm going to filter out rebet again. I don't know. It's just not working for me right now. There's some good value on rebet, but check out this play. So this is the dude I was trying to bet on. But what I'm going to be able to do is take his set handicap. Run this as quickly as you can. Fliff is arbitrage to DraftKings. So you could bet Bergs here, just following a hedge calculator. Because these two sports books, all books try to set their own lines. Because they have such different lines, you could just arbit, make a profit. Where is he? Shit, dude. I hope they didn't move it. So you can see they already adjusted it to minus 145. Which honestly still seems solid, but now it's minus 160. So now I'm definitely not going to play it. I mean, it looked good. I still would have... Wait. Minus 145 I would still run. And it is still minus 145. They're kind of bumping it around. So, whoa. So, DraftKings, obviously, they have a wider market, and DraftKings is a pretty soft book. But if you remove the juice from their market, this bet should be fair, minus 160. We just bet this minus 145. And then Pinnacle was minus 162, plus 138. Fair value, minus 147. So the bet doesn't look as profitable. Alex is in a new location every time I use the streams. Rebet cash can't be used in Maryland. You need to log out. What's up, Cozy Trashfire? You need to log out and log back in. It happened to me 2 nights in a row. So I'll try doing that. Although I'm heading home tomorrow back to Virginia. But I'll try logging out in case I stream again tonight. But anyways, so now it's minus 145. Obviously, the edge, the profit margin went down from like 6.5%, whatever. But it's okay. So let's see if there's anything on Underdog. And there is. Underdog's another solid book. A very solid book. Another DFS app, so let's just see if we can build something quickly. The problem with Underdog, one of the main problems with it, is they just kind of adjust lines quickly, which is obviously annoying. So you look right here at this tennis play. Line is not available on PrizePicks. Only available on Underdog. Every sportsbook, every data point has the under heavily favored. Pinnacle has pretty high betting limits as well, 2.3K. Right? So this looks solid, but what I'm going to try to do is build I mean, we could try to build a 6-pick entry, or you can just run a 3-pick entry. I mean, again, 6-pick entries on Underdog are a little better. So this would be the 3-pick entry, 6X. 6-pick flex plays. So if you want to run a 3-man, this is what I would run. If you're like, no, I want to do the mathematically optimal slip, that's cool too. these plays, you get a little bit of correlation. EuroLeague basketball. So if you wanted to run a 6-pick, I would throw in these. Kelsey Plum. Didn't her boyfriend cheat on her, or am I thinking of a different girl? I don't remember. But if you wanted to run a 6-man, you could throw in these 2 EuroLeague plays. I bet, I'll bet on anything if there's value on it. So first 3 picks, take a screenshot if you want to run it. Next 3. Hey, Alex, my dad didn't graduate college and is telling me that arbitrage won't work. Well, most people are lazy, dude. I literally made $2,000 yesterday for my sister sitting there watching the Thunder game. Sitting there watching the Thunder game. Is there anything on Novig right now? So let me go back here and just show you the plays again. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dude. So Maryland, you don't have fantasy, but basically every sports book you can imagine is legal here in Maryland, which obviously is nice. So this is already a great line. You can get this on Caesars. Again, I put a lot of weight into these betting exchanges. There's a lot of liquidity on the over, so you could just arbitrage bet this, make a small little risk-free profit. So this is Siakam under 19.5 points. On DraftKings, early bird gets the worm. I mean, great lines don't last forever. So you could just arb this, bet the over, under, guarantee a profit. Novig is known to be a pretty sharp book because it's an exchange. They have no limits. It attracts a lot of sharps. There's a lot of liquidity being offered on his over, which basically means there's you want to put some weight into that. It's the same thing with this line on Perez. This looks ridiculously good. DraftKings is by far one of the most, easily beatable sportsbook. The problem is you constantly got to be filtering through new accounts. Basically just sitting on the arbitrage tool, taking crossed markets to sharp books like Novig, absolutely have destroyed DraftKings. So my betting limits have been cut down. It's one of the faster books to limit and honestly more aggressive books like, on FanDuel, I'm limited, but at least I'm still able to bet something. I mean, like, on spreads, I can still get down, like, $4,000. But DraftKings is just not very... DraftKings Sportsbook. Pick 6, DraftKings fantasy product, I don't even think they limit you. But, if you wanted to run a 3-man on PrizePicks, holy shit. I would run these 3 picks. Just pair them together. I mean, this is the same play as underdog, but look at this. Martin Fuckovich. What a great last name. Look at this line, dude. I mean, granted, you have less data points. It's not like an NBA game where you have hundreds of books setting lines. But I mean, right, like, he's a minus 160 favorite, so a very big favorite, like 63% implied win probability. Minus 200, 2-1 betting favorite, 66% to win. So this isn't minus 200, but like, I mean, PrizePicks now has 3-mans at a 6x payout. They used to be 5x. They improved it. These 3 picks would pair well together. Damn, everyone's asking for Sleeper. Let me look through Sleeper quickly. I mean, again, unfortunately, that's another sportsbook that isn't available in Maryland because it's technically a DFS book. You can see right here. Some people will be like, bro, you're a pussy. You're just scared to lock in these $4 promos. So again, on Sleeper, these multiplier boosts, if you go through the math, they're almost always horrible. So you don't want to run them. Like, on Sleeper, they have Mookie Betts boosted to minus 181, 1.55x payout. They put their odds on Sleeper in decimal format. That just means minus 182. I can almost guarantee you that's not a profitable bet, but I could be wrong. Maybe this is a great bet. Meh. I mean, Sleeper's offering the best value, but like you can get minus 190 on other books. So the de-vigged line, if you take every sportsbook's market, remove the juice, would be minus 173. So this promo wouldn't be profitable. Long story short, on Sleeper, what I personally recommend doing is run the discounts and the profit boost. Do not play. Do not play. Why did I filter out Sleeper? Where the fuck is it, dude? I did. My bad. I would run Jonathan Arenado. This play actually looks very good. Honestly, and again, I'm not going to be able to run this, but you could run both of these picks with the discount or with the profit boost. This is what I personally would run. Arenado under half of a strikeout, so to not strike out. And then, I mean, dude, she better fucking score tonight because we're all over her. This is what I personally, again, would run. Sorry, you guys can't see it. These two picks. Plus 146, 2.46x payout. Is my dad in Maryland? Am I your dad? If so, yes, I am in Maryland. Maryland is yeah, I don't know. It's okay. There's a lot of sports books. Some good sign-up bonuses. You know, every new state I go to, I just like, first thing I do is I'm like, okay, what books are available? What book don't I use? So like I signed up for this Crab sports book. I mean, you won't see my plays, unfortunately, because it's not tracked on Pickett yet, if you follow me on Pickett, but they have like a pretty good sign-up bonus for $500. I mean, you know, there's some good value on these books. But anyways, Fliff, let's see if there's anything else. Fliff, nothing like super compelling or high edge. FanDuel, I feel like we already got in some plays. Is there anything else we're in love with, dude? Maybe some tennis value. But I'm going to call it a day for now. I'll try to stream again later before the game starts. Appreciate everyone who joined. Follow the channel. Hopefully these plays win. Hopefully. And again, both these sleeper picks, you could just run with the discount. If you haven't ran the discounts, but I'm fucking starving, so I gotta go eat.